Hey everyone, so I've done some work on the random one speed. Um, One of the users in Discord had talked about wanting a deviation from instead of just having completely random one speed. We still have that, so you can totally get completely random one speed. That's fine. But another user had said, well, and this makes more sense. If we've got a current wind speed of 2, we don't want to just jump all around. Maybe we want a little deviation, like we want it to go from 2 to 4, and then maybe, you know, -2, or 2 to 4, and then 0 to 2. So basically plus or minus 2. So 2 would be your deviation from your current wind speed. So you'd go -2 in one direction to 0 and +2 in one direction to 4. So that would be your min and max. With a deviation of 2 and a wind speed of 2, your minimum wind speed would be 0, your maximum wind speed would be 4. And I've done the same thing with direction. So let's just take a look at it. So right now we are going to use GES as our starting wind direction. We could use the weather system like ultradynamic weather, and ultradynamic weather's default wind direction is 180. Um, so and I think there was a reason I set it to 179 and not 180, because I do check, even if we're using this system, I do check against UDW even though we're not specifying it. So we don't want those to match at the very beginning. So just set it slightly off. If it can be anything else but 180 exactly. So that works. So that's for the wind direction. Wind speed, it doesn't matter. So we're using GES for the direction, meaning we change the windsock here, that changes the direction, and we're using the wind speed from the weather system, which is UDS. So let me disable the random wind right now and wind in one direction, and just show you the normal way. Um, so we've got a wind speed of 2, and then I can change my direction, like that, and it's working, and I increase my speed, and it works like that. Okay, so let's go back to clear skies, which is wind speed of 2. That's where we're going to start, and we will enable our random wind, and then for the speed, and then I'll show you the direction. So here's the original one, completely random. You can use that one, but we're going to focus on kind of the delayed version of it. So we can leave this timer default as 0.3. That's fine. Here's the wind speed deviation I was talking about. Again, that's going to be ±2 from whatever your current wind speed is. The wind speed increment. So let's say your starting wind speed is 2, then we're going to increment it by 1. So it's going to go from 2 to 3 to 4, and then back down again from 4 to 3 to 2 to 1 to 0. So it's incrementing by 1. So if we did it by zero point 0.1, then instead of incrementing by 1, we go from 2 to 2.1 to 2.3 to 2.4, again, all the way up and down. So you can do that. The random wind speed transition delay is the delay between each one of these increments. So if it goes, so starting at 2, when it goes from 2 to 3, it's going to wait 4 seconds. When it goes from 3 to 4, it's going to wait 4 seconds. So each time it changes, it's going to wait 4 seconds between that change. The min-max speed for UDS or UDW is 0 to 10. For like Sky Creator, it's 0 to, you know, 500. In this case, for Sky Creator, we probably want to put a bigger increment, like maybe 10 or 20 or something like that. So let's just take a look at how that works. So we're going to start at clear skies with a wind speed of 2, and we've got our random wind enabled. So we see our regular wind speed is still 2, but the random wind speed, which we're being applied to everything, is 4. And then we're going back down to 3, back down to 2, and then we'll eventually go down to 0. And then we'll go back up. And we'll keep on doing that loop until either you tell it to stop and code, or it just keeps doing that forever. And just to show you what I mean by the delay, I mean, if we put that to 0.1, you can see it go real fast. You know, so you can get some crazy results if you want to, just by changing the delay or the you know, the wind speed increment. So you can play around with it and have fun, but in general, you can get some nice slow transition um, within a certain deviation of current wind speed. So you kind of get uh, you know, a, um, back and forth motion between the, again, with a deviation of your wind speed, current wind speed. So the same thing happens for direction. um, I've got a one direction deviation of 30. So it'll be plus and minus whatever my current direction is, increment of 10, same delay, and 0 to 360. So let's see how that works. So we'll do 30 plus and 30 minus. So you can see random one direction is increasing. 209, that should be the max. And it should start counting back down. And we've got random wind speed enabled as well. So, all right, so you can see that that's working. Not a problem. And so that's pretty much it in the transitions. Pretty much shows it all. Thanks. All right. Bye.